I'm Ronna Gradus.
And I'm Jill Bauer.
And we are the directors of Sexy Baby.
Well, our tagline is, it's sexiness and the cyber age. So we follow 3 characters, women, and our main central character is Winifred Bonjean Alpart, and she was 12 when we started following her. She's now 15. And it's a coming-of-age story of a teenager growing up in, with the internet, with Facebook, social media, a lot of reality TV, and she sort of navigates through this in the film. And so that she is the central character. And then there are 2 other characters, former porn star and a woman who's 22, and she gets a labiaplasty. And it's a very unlikely pairing, but they're all affected by the internet and by this sort of easy access of pornography on the internet.
Well, I would say in terms of pornography, having access to it 24/7 at the click of a mouse definitely is a game changer, especially for children who, you know, from what we found, they're seeing it as early as 11 years old, sometimes on purpose and sometimes by accident. And it's not like it used to be where you'd have to go searching for a Playboy in the woods, the elusive Playboy in the woods. So that definitely makes a big impact, we think, when your first exposure to sex is seeing very graphic, very sort of hardcore sex.
The 2 of us met at the Miami Herald. I'm a writer. Ron was a staff photographer at the Miami Herald. And we met on a story. And we just struck up a friendship right away. And we said, hey, let's just team up on stories because it's fun. And so then one night Ronna went out on a photo shoot. It was a noise ordinance story, very exciting. And she was...
I had to photograph the club scene in Coconut Grove, Florida, and it was like college night out, and a lot of mainstream clubs now have poles in them. And so there were all these college girls dancing on stripper poles, and their classmates were tipping them, and it was just total strip club behavior, but in a dance club. And I was really struck by that. Not so much that the teens were acting that way, but more that they didn't seem to be having fun, per se. It just was like, yeah, this is what we do now.
The next day, Ronna calls me up and she says, I don't know, I used to go clubbing and something just seems so different now, and you know, these girls don't really look like they're having fun. And anyway, there's a slideshow up of her photos. So I went to the Herald website and I was looking at the slides and the photos, and the guys, to me, what struck me was that the guys look sort of tuned out. Been there, done that, seen it. Okay, so
right.
All right, she's doing all that, but I'm kind of tuned out.
Right. So we just got talking about how it seems like the bar has really been raised when it comes to sex and sexiness, and that there's not really a lot of individuality. There's kind of like certain ways to be sexy, and it's also all very public. You know, you post pictures on Facebook, you can send sexy photos on your cell phone. So it just really felt like a very different climate, which I think we're all aware of. Well, neither one of us is a parent, but we've seen, we've spent a lot of time around kids and teens now, and talking about this topic and watching people live in today's world. And I guess what we would say is kids are probably seeing a lot more than some parents would like to think. So you just, actually, as one of our characters said, you've got to get comfortable having the uncomfortable talks, which is like that I think would be the pearl of wisdom.
Our only agenda was to get people having these conversations. And so we intentionally made a provocative film to provoke conversations. And because we realized after spending time with a teenager that who lives in a very open home where they really have conversations and where they're all very well adjusted, that was the only way to start the conversation.
We've also had people walk out of the film and come up to us afterwards, parents, and say, oh gosh, like now I'm going to go home and talk to my daughter and really ask her like what she's seeing. So that's been really nice to see that we've definitely sparked sort of this awareness, or that we make parents at least want to find out what their kids are really up to.
I mean, we're going to bring it into schools and create an educational version that's PG for 14 and up, so that kids can start talking and bring it home, the conversation home to their parents.
To have come here, to be accepted into this festival was amazing, especially like after the long road we went down and not knowing if this would ever be a film, and then it became a film, and then we were invited by Michael and Deb to this festival, which was amazing, and then walking away with an award is like unbelievably amazing.
And the fact that it's a director's award is even more amazing.
Unbelievable, because
we didn't kill each other,
yeah,
which is good.
And I refused to call myself a filmmaker, and now I think I'm ready to say, oh, what do you do? I'm a filmmaker.